Welcome to Introduction to Sociology. My name is Dr. Haley, and I'm going to be guiding you through this course. So, as you go through the course, you will see that sociologists study the social. That's what the word sociology means. Socio meaning the social, OG meaning the study of. So, in broad terms, sociology is the study of the social. But the sociologists look much more deeply than just studying the social. That's a very general term. Sociologists look at things like human sexuality, culture, marriage and family. For example, did you know that your intimate partner is more likely to assault you than, say, some man lurking in a parking lot? Well, that's something that sociologists do. They take commonly held beliefs and they peel away the layers and look for something that is hidden. So that's, I think, one of the things that makes sociology so interesting. In this class, we're going to explore other topics such as social deviance, ethnicity, race. We'll also study some sociologists of the 1800s, and that's really when sociology began its discipline, when it was titled an academic discipline. And two of the most important sociologists are Emil Durkheim, who is what they call the father of functionalism, and Karl Marx, who is in a lot of ways the father of conflict theory. A modern sociologist that we'll be studying is Pierre Bourdieu. Pierre Bourdieu is fascinating because he looked at people's individual behavior and their individual taste. In other words, what they like to eat, what they like to drink, the music they like to listen to, the sports. In other words, everything about their lives. He looked at these phenomena and he classified these people into social groups. And he came up with a theory that social groups create boundaries. And the boundaries are very hard to penetrate. So even though in Western societies we live in what we call an open society, it's very hard to get from, say, the lower class to the middle class, or to get from the middle class to the upper class. So Pierre Bourdieu shows us how people establish boundaries to keep others from getting into their class. Doesn't mean it's impossible to transcend classes, but according to Bourdieu, it's very difficult, and he shows you how human groups, human individuals create these boundaries. Another important concept that we're going to be studying throughout the course is the sociological imagination. This is a concept brought to us by another important, kind of a modern sociologist called C. Wright Mills. C. Wright Mills said that in order to understand human behavior, we must not only look at individual behavior, but we must look at the structures that guide this individual behavior. By structures, he's talking about the education system, cultural beliefs, the cultural system, and even capitalism, even the way the government is run, very much impacts us. Of course, we don't realize this because we're kind of like fish in water. The fish is just used to the water, doesn't realize the water, how much effect the water has on the fish. So human beings are kind of the same way. Once you're in a social system, like capitalism, like your family, like your religion, you don't realize the impact that that is having on you. And sometimes until you step out of that and actually study it. So that's what sociologists do. They step outside and study these social structures and the effect that these social structures have on all of us. And that's what the sociological imagination is. The imagination is trying to figure out through history and through your own personal lives how these social structures have impacted you. So as we go through the course, and as we go through this online course especially, you will see modules on the left-hand side of your computer screen. Each one of those modules is a unit of study, or some people call them lessons. As you go through, those will be the guiding map for you to traverse through this course. Here is one thing I would like to caution you. You don't want to get behind. You don't want to procrastinate. You have to keep up with the readings especially, and you have to keep up with viewing the PowerPoints and taking the quizzes, because if you don't, you'll get so far behind you'll never be able to catch up. So make sure you keep up, try to do something every day, maybe try to do a section of the module every day. You'll want to be putting aside a lot of time to read the chapters, because the chapter readings are kind of the foundation for the course. Everything emanates for that, even the discussion boards. If you come to a discussion board without having looked at the chapter, and not only looked at the chapter, read the chapter, I should say, carefully read the chapter, and maybe taken some notes on the chapter, you won't really be prepared to discuss. So make sure you read the chapters, come to the discussion boards prepared, and you should do fine in this class. All right, I look forward to seeing you in the next unit. I will be doing a little introductory video for every unit.